That was Mike Brown talking about the Warriors moving to 12-0 this postseason. That's the best start, Ray, in postseason history. But do you think that this run through the playoffs proved that picking up Kevin Durant was the right move for the Warriors and the right move for Durant?
I think it's played out well for both player and for team.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think the numbers here are significant to prove that point. And you look at what KD did in this game tonight. You just saw in the graphic. 29 points, 12 rebounds. You take that away, and obviously that allows other guys to step up and fill that void. But to get a superstar player like Kevin Durant an opportunity to come and play with a league MVP and Steph Curry, I mean, what player would not want to jump at that opportunity to come to Golden State to contend for not just conference titles, but for NBA titles year in and year out for potentially years to come?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think obviously it was the right move for KD. He's heading to a conference final, and he's gonna, or the finals rather, and he's gonna do what he wanted to do and compete for a ring. However, this has made this season so incredibly boring. I mean, do you know how many reporters and people of the media have had to take those long flights out to California to watch the only game that's really mattered during this season? I just feel like it's made for, I don't want to call it a weaker NBA, and I know Kevin Durant says then don't watch if you don't like what's going on, but I just don't like the fact that these games are just blowouts and it's become boring. I mean, we're all waiting for this Cavs-Warriors matchup that of course we're all going to watch, and it's going to be a great series, but anytime you sweep series after series in the postseason, makes for boring basketball. We don't want to watch that, and I just think, sure, Kevin Durant, it's good for the Warriors and it's good for Kevin Durant, but it's bad for everybody else. It's bad for the rest of the league. It's bad for the fans. So, sure, we can sit here now and be like, Kevin Durant got what he wants, but if he doesn't win that chip, we've just wasted a whole season.
It's so boring. Shea has already given 2 wins to the Cavs and buried the Celtics. It's already over. Let's move on to the finals.
I mean, haven't you?
Yeah, I think everybody has. I mean, I don't know what happened to LeBron last night, and there's been a lot of talk about it, and talking on this show as well, and certainly I think you're going to see Cleveland Golden State in that.
I'm not in on the super teams. I'm over it. I'm not in on it. Kevin Durant, take your talents to Sacramento. And you know what? Do something. Go somewhere and build around you.
Kind of even
Don't
things out a little bit.
Don't build around you and Steph and Draymond and Clay. And I'm over the super teams.
But it would have been a different series. Do you agree if Kawhi Leonard had not gone down with that injury?
Of course it would have. But I still would be saying the same thing. I still had wished that Kevin Durant went somewhere else.
So if he went somewhere else,
or stayed with the Thunder.
Look at all these hypotheticals. KD is not with Golden State. Kawhi Leonard does not get hurt. This could have been a much better series.
It could have been. I still think the Warriors would have had a chance to sweep them. I mean, I still do. They would have had a chance to sweep. I think maybe the Spurs would have won 1 or 2 games with Kawhi, and I think it would have been a better series and everything else. But I still think the Warriors would have had a chance with KD to sweep. Closer games, but I still think they would have had a chance. However, I'm not a fan of the super teams. I like Kevin Durant. I think he's a great player. I think he's really helped this Warriors team, but I'm not a fan of the super teams. And I hope this is not a trend that continues, because it makes for a really boring season and a really boring postseason too.
Guys like to get together, and it's LeBron's fault when he went to Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
That started this whole. He did, but that started the whole. Well, let's get together and win a bunch of titles kind of deal.
That's like us. We like to get together.
We do. Yeah.